welcome to Reality NSFW coverage of Australian Survivor Blood versus Water episodes 1 through 3. That's right. These guys do 3 episodes a week. They are long. They are awesome. No complaints. I am Jonny Fairplay, joined by Alex Rubino. This is the first time you and I have done a podcast, just the two of us.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for having me.
So Alex does the deep dives of episodes here at Reality NSFW. This will not be that long. But if you need a long podcast, Alex has you covered, I assure you. So I do like the deep dive format. As you can ask previous girlfriends, I have to be a little quicker.
Yeah, we'll definitely be quicker today.
All right, so let's start. It's Australian Survivor Blood vs. Water. I have wearing my visor because only cool people wear visors, and
only cool people were voted out first in their second time playing.
Oh wow! Well, there we go. 2 for 2.
I had to, Johnny. You gave me that right at a silver platter.
Thank you. I did have some correspondence with Andy after that. We'll get to it after his here in our talks of episode 1. Let's start. Jonathan is a badass. Can we agree Jonathan LaPaglia is to Survivor what TJ is to the challenge?
Yep, absolutely. He's a badass. He really is.
He's in his badass Jeep 4x4 going through the outback, showing how badass he is. If you follow him on Instagram, he was showing us first challenge, of course, with his shirt off.
Exactly. I was like, oh, this is the season we're getting. Okay.
Yeah. So and it's already been this is the greatest season ever after 3 episodes, according to one news site that I had never heard of. So
yep, absolutely. Greatest season ever. We can tell that from the first 1/8 of the season.
Oh man, there's some seasons I would like whatever this offshoot media source is. There are many seasons of Survivor that I would love to show them that petered out shortly after the first 3 episodes. But hey, I doing great so far. I mean, if this is the trajectory, we're in store for an amazing season. However, I mean, there's been times that, you go that we have players that go after the stronger personalities early. They see them as threats at the end of the game. The best move for them and, for a smarter player is to remove these players early so they're not there at the end. So they become pre-merge boots, but they as a result give us a shitty season post-merge because your big personalities are gone. I, on the other hand, I'm trying to make a television show. So yes, I'm going to go after some of those larger-than-life personalities, but at the same time, I want some of them there as well because I don't want people to stop watching the show because I want them to keep watching me.
Exactly. That's all I think we can ask for as viewers is an entertaining season, and that involves the strong personalities staying in the game for the most part.
Yeah. So
which is why Andy leaving first disappointed me.
Andy leaving, Brianna leaving me. Well, we'll get to Brianna or Chrissy. I was like, ooh, this. Which way do I go?
Oh, I thought that was an easy decision. I send Chrissy home, please.
Oh no! I love Chrissy.
I love her too, but out of those two, I want the person who is fighting tooth and nail to be there.
Versus the person that is very excited to go to tribunal.
Yeah.
No, Chrissy can do no wrong in my.
She's great. Okay. I acknowledge that she is great entertainment, but if you're giving me the choice, I would have wanted Andy to stay, and I would have wanted Brianna to stay over Chrissy. I'm sorry.
If you're giving me the choice, I mean, I love looking at Brianna. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, let's start. So we start with the brothers, and for me, the verdict is still out whether I like them or not. Like we did the cast assessment last week, and I'm just like they're on the bubble, and I'm going to lean towards no. And I feel like I'm good with that decision that I made on the assessment.
It's so tough because when you have a cast of 24 people, even with 3 episodes that are double the length of a US season, there's still a good amount of people I feel like I don't know well enough,
Yeah.
and I can barely tell you much about these brothers. I think they're fine. I think as a duo, they're interesting, so I wouldn't mind seeing them play together. But separately, they're okay so far. I just don't have enough to really give a fair verdict, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Next, we see the sisters, and I guessed in the cast assessment that we were getting a very nice photo of Sophie. She might be a little larger than what the picture dictated. I was correct. However, I find Sophie to be one of the most attractive people. I am superficial, by the way. I just want
What? Fairplay superficial? Never. No, stop it.
extremely. So
Stop it.
Sophie is possibly she's in my top 5 favorite people on this season.
Oh, I think Sophie is great so far, and I want to really see her play the game more.
Yeah, but I do find myself very strangely attracted to her. I mean, I don't even think I need to use the word strangely. I'm just very attracted to her.
Oh, Jonny.
So next is Croc. Croc is Ben. I don't know if he served our nation or his nation's military. I don't think so. We do know he served his footy league, but it's weird because I didn't like Ben on Survivor. I mean, he was just the ultimate good guy, and I'm the ultimate bad guy. So you could see where, we would not align in that way. But in real life, I love Ben. And so there's a part of me that's looking past the television aspect of the show. And I'm just like, I bet Croc is a lot like Ben in real life. So I think I would like Croc in real life.
It's interesting. I got more of like John Hennigan vibes right away from Croc, like this big superhuman looking character who is a professional athlete. That's where I got a little bit more Hennigan vibes, and I also got more Hennigan vibes than thinking I would dislike him. And so far, I don't mind him.
Well, see, the thing with Hennigan is like we're friends in real life. He's a very quirky individual, and I see his quirks and I'm cool with them. There's a lot of people that see his and they're just like, this is a weird dude. So I don't think he's that weird. I think we're all weird. And so
very true.
I like John Hennigan. I do not get a John like this guy. This is for me. It's just straight up Ben.
Oh, I'm saying what I got like before
Sure.
really getting to know him. I was like, oh, this is what I'm getting.
Yeah, but I don't think we got a really good look at John Hennigan on David vs. Goliath.
I think we got more of a look of Hennigan than we have of Croc so far, just based on that Red Tribe having almost done nothing until the last episode.
Yeah, but let's talk about the dynamic of Croc and his counterpart, Chrissy. She has crazy eyes.
Yeah, I wonder what the conversation was like to get Chrissy out there.
I don't know.
Babe, can we please do this? Please.
I don't know what you tempt Chrissy with. So maybe like Legos or a purse, or
maybe a very nice spa day after this. Like he'll be at her beckoning call.
Maybe a machete. Maybe an alibi for a future crime or previous crime. I mean, I have dated girls with that look, and it's one of those deals where, I go out with them, and I'm just like, how did I miss the crazy eyes? Like that they had to have been there before we started. Like I don't think she just got the crazy. Like, wowzers! I mean, this is by definition fucking crazy eyes.
I do want to ask you, who would you say that you played with is most like Chrissy in that little, you think a little bit crazy, a little bit erratic, and also isn't probably thinking about the game on the same way a lot of other people are thinking about it?
I don't think I think Chrissy is one of a kind. There's no one. I mean, you can maybe someone you say, I'll be like, hopefully, hopefully I like. think Chrissy is just like King George was a one-of-a-kind character last season.
Yeah.
I feel like Chrissy is a one-of-a-kind character in the history of Survivor. As I said, I've seen that person in real life, but I wouldn't trade. Sophie's in my top 5 on this season. Chrissy's in my top 5 on this season. I love her as a character. So, who do you liken Chrissy to most?
I'm trying to think of somebody. It's tough because they're. Yeah, let's go back to that. I gotta think about that more.
Fair enough.
To really give you a fair answer.
Next, we see Khan and his sister. What's his sister's name?
Amy.
Well, she doesn't get a lot of airtime. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Khan was my winner pick going into this.
Really? Interesting.
And I find I like Khan a lot. Once again, probably my top 5 characters here. I don't think I like Khan as a player.
Really?
I think we saw two sides of Khan. We're getting the narrative of Khan running the show, but when Khan has the opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation with Brianna's dad, I felt like, I mean, we obviously didn't see the entire conversation because they're probably out there for 30 minutes to an hour, and we saw 3 minutes of it.
Yeah,
it didn't feel as though player-wise Khan said any of the right things.
Yeah, no, I think in that moment Khan needs to be doing ultimate damage control.
Yeah, but I mean, put me in that same situation. I'm throwing someone under the bus that's not.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll probably be revealed later, but that's okay. I can live with the consequences. And I'm leaving with one fucking item.
Oh, I agree. The thing he should have really tried to get the item, but I also have to give Dave credit of not giving it to him. First of all, the thing that I think Khan, that it would be a good idea is I get the idea of owning up to it because lying about it may put you in a worse situation after.
I can live with the consequences.
But I feel like you got to stretch the truth at least. Don't be like, I'm the one who took her out.
See, I would have been playing the second half of the game first, in which if I felt like there was someone I didn't like on my tribe, but more importantly, that equally as important, someone I don't like on my tribe, I want to weaken that person, so I'm going to target someone on the other tribe that say, because it seems like him and Nina are friends. So let's just say, for argument's sake, they're not friends. I tell him that Nina orchestrated that, and then I feel like he has tunnel vision on Sandra.
Oh, absolutely. I that is 100% what I would be doing.
Yeah. So that, I don't think you leave with an item fessing up that you single-handedly orchestrated the
you never admit you single-handedly orchestrated it. The most I would do is maybe admit that I went along with the vote.
Yeah.
And so you say, hey, I tried to save her.
I don't have the power over here. You got to go along to get along.
Like say, what was it? Say it was 10-1. I tried hard. I could sway nobody.
Yeah.
Pinpoint somebody on Nina's running things.
Yeah, but I just feel that getting is just he's in a good spot socially with the Water Tribe. However, anyone seeing this guy going, oh, well, this guy must be an elite player, seeing his one-on-one with someone from the other tribe, I didn't see elite anything. I felt I saw a below average player.
I think he's one of those players, and we'll see how it turns out, that he's really good at getting what he wants in the short term. I think he's really good at that. Is he really good at putting himself in a position long term where he can stay in the game and not be perceived as this big, literally King Khan threat? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't. I feel my winner pick is a bad winner pick.
Oh, I agree. It's a bad winner pick. I agree it's a bad winner pick because I just don't think this type of game is sustainable the whole way.
No. I feel like it's potentially more sustainable in Australian Survivor versus US. But I still don't think it's sustainable. Well, I mean, there have been players in the past that have been, larger than life that have gone on to win in Australia.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, I have that in the US too. I almost think the US is easier because the game is faster.
Maybe. All right, next we have Mark and Sam, and apparently some guy, some fat guy, ate Mark and is wearing his face.
More, you know what? I guess that's what having a kid does to you. I don't know.
What? They as shirt is available at JonnyFairplay.com. Keep my belly full and dick empty. And that shirt is available for 20% off until 1 p.m. today using promo code FEB22. That's FEB22. Go to JonnyFairplay.com right now and get your keep and dick empty shirt. So there you go. That line is from Peaky Blinders, in case you're wondering. It's not a Johnny Fairplay original.
You want to know something? we've got my winner pick here in Sam.
Ooh, you know what? I don't feel that way right here, but as we get to, I believe, episode 3, this is a different Sam. So and I've had the opportunity to speak with Sam, Matt Bischoff and Zach Ryder and myself. We covered the World's Toughest Race on Amazon Video. And for those of you that don't know, it's the Eco Challenge. They just renamed it the World's Toughest Race. We had Mark Burnett as producer, Bear Grylls as the host, and I mean, I think I cried like 8 times watching that show. And Sam was a really, really good guest, very likable. And I didn't like Mark the first go around. I felt Mark was like that overly military guy that just saw everything as a military mission, and I'm just not into that personally.
Yeah.
And then you saw Sam, kind of forego the game for love, and you saw the same with Mark, even though that was not his mission.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're both in a much different place. I feel that Mark is much likable, and Sam, I feel, has that eye of the tiger that you look for in a in a castaway. And that is not a crazy pick for winner at this point in the game.
Yeah, so this is my preseason pick, and the reason I went off of it, I actually have not fully yet seen Mark and Sam's first season, so I didn't have that to go off of. But just my bias is typically pick a returning player if there's if returning players in there with a stack of newbies, because likely they're going to do pretty well.
Yeah,
based on what history shows us. And then I was looking at, I'm like, all right, who do we have? Andy, not winning. Sorry, he's not. Sandra, almost certainly not winning. And then I'm like, Mark and Sam, and one. Mark's just too much of a target. I was like, I think Sam can be sneaky and get through this.
Well, I put Khan in that same lot because I give credit for his experience on
MasterChef.
MasterChef. Yeah, I mean, just the reality television, like understanding how reality television works, I think is a huge advantage. So understanding exactly how Survivor works is an even better advantage.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's close.
But this guy has seen how reality television works, and he's a celebrity for all intents and purposes. So I have his stock just as high as a previous Survivor. Like if not, they are almost like 1A, 1B versus anyone else out there.
Interesting. That is really. I hadn't really considered that as. I get it from like you being used to being on reality TV, but I never thought like I would never think, you know what, him being on MasterChef would help him for Survivor. But that.
Well, all right. So when you do Survivor, they're like, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, and you're just scared to death, and you're like, okay. And then you learn, you're just like, I could have done all that shit. Like, what are they gonna do? They're not kicking me off the fucking show. They don't kick people off the show. So, you gain an invulnerability or an invincibility that a newbie doesn't have. And I feel like Khan, not only doing one MasterChef, but coming back to do a second MasterChef, he's learned that inventability that you have that you don't know that you have.
Fair enough. That is interesting.
So where's Mike White? Mike White did great on Survivor because he did the amazing. I mean, he's done all the movie stuff and all that as well. But doing the Amazing Race, he learned what he could get away with.
For sure. I mean, yeah, he was a little bit more of the I don't really care in terms of like what production's rules are.
I think he did care, and he cared enough to go out there where
I think he cared.
He didn't go out there for the money.
Game. I just mean like in terms of like what you said of almost like following production's every like beckoning call.
I think Mike Whitehead did not have the film background and had not done the Amazing Race. He would have been a scared bitch like the rest of us were the first time he played.
Were you even that like scared?
Well, no, because I'm a rule breaker I don't look at Mike White as a fucking rule breaker by nature.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
So maybe. So maybe. I don't know. There's some of us are a different breed. All right. So we have all the castaways sitting there. Jonathan introduces it's blood versus water, but it wouldn't be Australian Survivor if there wasn't a twist. And here comes Eagle One, and holy moly, it's Oprah.
I was like, for a second, I was like, really? You guess Oprah?
But you know what? I think they were more impressed that it was Sandra than Oprah.
Oh, I would be more impressed if it's Sandra than Oprah.
Would you?
Yes.
I mean, if it's Oprah, at least we're getting cars. Sandra ain't buying anybody a car. I gave her $1 million. She didn't buy me a car.
Okay. I don't care. I don't care about like, I don't want to lose to her. I want to beat her. I want to beat her so I have $1 million to buy myself a damn car.
Well, you don't get $1 million. It's Australian Survivor.
Okay. Yeah, but still.
So
I still want money. I want my money so that I can buy myself things.
I think they did a pretty incredible job with Sandra's intro. Sandra, of course.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was wondering, I'm like, if I'm Sandra and Nina, I'm like, oh god, why do I have to go on a helicopter? Can we just like show up like everybody else?
What
almost like what they did with Russell.
I talked with Lex Vandenberg about this, and he said, as if the bullseye wasn't big enough, this grandiose entrance does paint a big bullseye. However, Sandra's showing us why she's won the game twice because she gets the courtesy of the grandiose entrance and embrace, in her heart and in her head loves it, but it's just like, these guys look ready to play. Like says,
Fairplay, is it me? I don't think I can hear you. Yeah, no, your mic is completely cut out. Cannot hear you at all, Fairplay. All right. Well, in the meantime, I'll just talk about Sandra and Nina. I gotta say, the gameplay of Nina honestly right away impressed me. The fact that I'm just rambling on about Sandra and Nina.
Sorry. Did you hear what I said about like if Russell had made that same entrance?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, you cut it at that point too.
Okay, so if Russell makes that same entrance, imagine what he says versus what Sandra said. Look at me! Y'all didn't get a helicopter.
I still love Jonathan asking Russell, "What makes you a champion?" That's one of my favorite moments in the Survivor period.
It's almost like all the U.S. survivors pulled their money together to expose Russell for what he is, as in he made by production.
Such an interesting way of putting it, but very true.
But I mean, he was exposed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They exposed everything about like anything that you were just like, man, is he that? They exposed everything on screen. Like, it's like they went into business for themselves just to make this guy look like a shitbag. Whereas Sandra, it's just like, I think they gave her an appropriate and over the top entrance, and I feel like it was deserved.
Oh yeah.
And then I think she showed why she is the queen and just downplayed all of it. She was just like, oh yeah, I got that entrance, but fuck saying that, as opposed to look at my helicopter.
Oh my God. I got to admit, I'm shocked that her and Nina are both still in the game at this point. I am stunned by that.
Yeah, I mean, we hear late. What is it? Sam says, it's just like, we need to get rid of Sandra. The obvious thing is get rid of Sandra, and I don't want to get rid of Sandra. That's how good.
Exactly. I mean, you look at the 2 times Sandra's been voted out of the game. The first time was literally a tribe throwing a challenge to get rid of her, and after she was swap screwed. And then the second time,
if they don't have the swap screw, she's at her pregame alliance is the alliance that Cyril Senior takes her spot in the pregame alliance. They don't have the swap. That's Sandra right there again.
Yep. And then in Winners at War, she's at the merge, if not for giving an idol to Denise, and Denise being like, oh, I could take Sandra out with this? Okay.
And once again, it's Sandra pregame alliance thinking that she had something so ridiculously solid with Denise that it psychologically bothered her after she was just like, how could someone do, I thought this person was my friend, and I feel like this is the biggest betrayal I've ever felt in the history of the game.
Oh, I bet. And I don't blame her for feeling it, but it's like, you got to do what you got to do to take out the queen.
I mean, I feel that's pretty crap. I would not go into a pregame alliance if I don't like you and I'm not planning on working with you. I'm just gonna say we'll see what happens out there.
No, I'm sorry, I'm so not that way.
But I hate pregame alliances just as I hate going through people's bags, and I hate pregame alliances. That's just me personally.
Oh, I can hate them, but you know what? If the opportunity is presented to me, I'm going to put myself in a better position to start the game.
Yeah. So,
especially if I know
I get it. I just there's as evil as I am, there's just a part of me that just believes in just like doing the right thing.
Something I never thought I'd hear Jonny Fairplay say.
I know it hurts my soul. Well, it hurts where a heart would be to say that. I assure you. So it's time for our first reward challenge, and this is for a fire pit. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm just like, that is a pretty huge reward. Like, I'm like, whoever wins this is probably winning the immunity right after, because that fire pit is big. But apparently that was not the case.
No.
So let's talk about some of the matchups. Who do we have first?
Okay.
Well,
I remember. Oh wait, was it? No, I don't remember.
Okay. Well, in my notes, I have Andy versus Kate. Andy, what an asshole! Jesus, I thought Andy was as kind as he could possibly be on the 101. No, I think it started with the brothers, and so then
so it was Jordan and Jesse, right?
Yes, and then we have Andy versus Kate, and Andy was as diplomatic as possible, in winning and not manhandling his Kate, his awesome little sister who I love. And next we have Croc versus Chrissy. Croc is toying with Chrissy a little bit, but she's
not fair.
Yeah, she's giving it. And next we see Sandra versus Nina.
That's what I remember.
And we have JLP letting us know Queen does not like challenges.
She only sat out of one challenge in 3 episodes. I give her credit for that.
I know, but like, I mean, it's like, damn. And every time, like, Sandra's doing fine and goes, the queen is struggling. And I'm like, no, that's really good for her, Jonathan. So I've seen that is the opposite of Sandra struggling. Oh, me.
I just wish, I really wish when Sandra sat out, he called it the Sandra bench. I really want to bring that back.
I'm not sure that we're not going to see that. I mean, I feel JLP's in on a lot of jokes.
Very fair. You never know.
Yep. So Nina beats her mom. Queen 2.0, the princess. We have a lot of names floating around. We'll see which one sticks. But Water wins the reward. As I said, I felt a huge advantage, but it doesn't appear as though it was.
Yeah. Can I pick I have one bone to pick.
Yeah.
Can we not come up with any other names for these tribes than Blood and Water?
I'm okay with that. Honestly, it's not even Blood and Water because
it's red and
blue.
That's even worse. That's what makes this terrible.
Well, no, the only thing worse could be red team and blue team because they're my biggest pet peeve in all Survivor is saying the word team instead of tribe.
Fair enough.
Sure.
You're right. That could be worse. I also think they could have just came up with any goddamn name for a tribe and that would have been better.
But I hate the fucking bullshit fucking names just to fucking sound fucking islandy too.
I would prefer that. Or at least if you're going to call these tribes Blood and Water, call them Blood and Water, not Red and Blue.
Red and blue is tough, but as I said, red team and blue team would grind my gears, as Peter Griffin would say. So it's time to go to the blue team.
Fairplay, stop. Quit while you're ahead.
I know. And flex to Andy as the leader. And so it looks as though Mark has figured shit out in Mark 2.0. He's also figured out, what a good snack is. That's a different story.
I think he's still in decent shape.
I mean,
he's still a big guy.
You got to. Have you seen any of his previous work?
Not really. No.
He was a chiseled stud.
Oh, I know. I know it was that, but
yeah,
still, I'm like, he can still get his way around the challenge.
I didn't like Mark the first go round. I like him immensely more this go round. So I pick in jest.
Fair enough.
Okay. So
yeah. I do love that Kate was like saying Andy's downfall is going to be a social game, and we literally to a T see that right away.
Oh yeah. Oh, so no. Oh. So next we go over to the Blood Tribe, and we have the first question to the Queen. What was Rupert like? And Sandra, amazingly, oh, he was a really nice guy. Tell me more about you so I can use it against you later. I'm going to say nothing in any answer I give you, but I'll keep talking. But I'm really going to stop talking and let you talk, and then I'll bury you.
Oh, she's great at that. I love it. It's just like, you want me to, all right, I'll give you the simplest answer that is, in her mind, maybe true.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. But it's like, you can at least believe it.
Go. Fast forward to Heroes Villains. She doesn't love
I'm aware of that. But I'm saying, like, you can at least believe,
just real life.
Yeah. You can believe that it's like true enough, but then it's like, oh, let me ask about you. You talk about yourself. I feel that you're important, even though I probably think you're just like one of my little minions that I'm going to pick off one by one on my way to a third victory.
Yes. So we have a question here. Tech Lead HD, why is the Australian version so much more fun than the US version of Survivor? Obviously, because this is all CGI. It's filmed on a soundstage in Burbank, and they draw on the bug bites, and they film it all in 12 days, and it's just easier.
All right. You know what? I'll accept that.
All right. Thank you.
I do want to posit one thing to you, Johnny.
Yes.
Before we got cast, I was hearing rumors that like it was going to be partial, like Blood versus Water or whatever, and that like the loved ones would be together on a tribe. How do you think that would be different if we put the loved ones together on tribes versus splitting them up?
I don't like that. I love the show the way it is.
That's fair. I do too.
Yeah, because for me as a viewer, I love my favorite thing as a reality television viewer is the emotional attachment between myself and the competitors.
Mm-hmm.
and seeing Kate when they come in for the reward on episode 2, seeing her face
and seeing David.
I had a tear running down my face. So and then David, who I essentially hate. My eyes watered up.
Mm-hmm.
So that for me, I think if that element is gone from, I don't think the show is half as good, because that emotional attachment for me as a viewer, I think is the strongest component you can have in any television show.
Very, very true. I think it's better this way. I am just kind of interested to see like maybe how Andy's game would be different with his sister nearby. How
Andy's
Nina's
not first
game is
boot.
how Nina's game is different with Sandra right by every second.
Well, if Sandra's there's no way Nina gets complete credit for what I consider one of the most masterful performances of a single player in a premiere episode in the history of the show.
Oh, that was phenomenal. I have to give her so much credit for that. That's I think what I was saying when you were gone is how impressed I am with Nina.
Yeah. No, I said in the history of the show, I've never seen one person on a premiere play that dominant a game ever.
It is really good. I can maybe think of your old buddy Boston Robin Redemption Island to give him a little bit of credit there.
Yeah, but that's coming in with experience. Like Nina's.
Oh, I agree. It's coming in with.
Sorry, I mean, if I didn't preface it with first time player, I meant first.
Okay, all right, that does change things. Yeah, she is definitely up there in that, and I was worried. I'm like, oh god, she's making this move. It works, and I'm like, oh, she must be a sitting duck next week, and she's not.
Yep. No.
And I remember Russell being like, oh, they only targeted me because I was an American. I'm like, Nina and Sandra are doing just fine, and Sandra's a much better player than you are.
Yeah, no. They targeted him because they didn't bother, because he was an asshole. They didn't bother to learn his fucking name and called him Mr. Texas, and he rubbed everyone there the wrong way and came in with the same fucking strategy as 3 other times.
And he wonders why he's a loser in every facet of the game and life.
The game is flawed.
The game is certainly flawed in some senses. That is not one of them. All right.
Yes. Next, something licks Sophie's face. It wasn't me, but it would have been.
No comment, Johnny.
What do you think licked her face?
I don't know.
I don't think anything licked her face.
I probably like a fly came on her face or something, and she felt something. I don't know.
Oh my god, you just opened the door so big that I'm not going to walk through. All right, so we get Sophie's backstory. She married some AFL dude and then decided to switch jerseys. I'm for it. Oh my god, as if I didn't love you enough, Sophie. You show your versatility.
Yeah, I got nothing here.
Thanks. So she's also a blonde sometimes, and follow her Instagram. She's pretty cute. All right. Next, we see that on the Water Tribe, Shay is strong. Not sure there's anything else to her.
I really like Shay, actually.
Oh wow. Okay.
Shay was a person.
Disagree.
Yeah, I was really considering her as a winner pick before I went with Sam. I was like down to those two. And like this was like watching the first episode and like seeing. I think Shay is an interesting character. She's playing the game hard.
Yeah, and it's much harder than she expected.
Yeah.
Why did she expect Survivor to be easy?
That I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know.
Yeah, anyone that says this is much harder, it's just like you should have thought this was gonna suck.
Yeah, but all right. You don't think Shay should have played the idol for Brianna, right?
We'll see. To be honest with you, like I don't think she is in. I don't think she was in that great a standing, and I don't think that she's still in that great a standing. So, like I feel like Shay is a late pre-merge boot, regardless of whether she plays the auto or not.
I could see that because the pre-merge in this game is so damn long.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, she makes it another 112 episodes. But after that, she has no chance.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I think I have a little bit more faith in her than you do.
Yeah. Well, it seems like her dude is pretty cool. So I just feel we haven't seen enough of her, for me personally, to get a real read on her. Like, all we get is, this is harder than I thought, and I met my dude, and I'm strong. I feel like that's all we've really been shown, and easily manipulated by Khan.
Yeah, I do think she's in a good spot with the idol, though.
Yeah. So whereas her boyfriend seems just like he's the first one to run to Sandra, and he was just like, look, I want to play Survivor with Sandra. And I'm just like, that's a pretty cool dude.
I'm hoping if they come together at some point, Shay is the one who's like, no, Ben, get away from Sandra. She's sucking you in. You're falling for everything that she had, all her spells.
Well, Sandra will take care of that.
She's gonna break give her 5 minutes. I mean,
yeah. So, and I thought they had a cool story. They met in the surf, so
yeah,
good stuff. So Shay likes Brianna, and so do I.
She likes Brianna, but not that much.
Yeah, apparently not. So Shay finds an idol clue, and then Chrissy finds one as well, and she knows. Not sure exactly what it is, but she's not stupid.
Nope, she'll find the idol at Tribunal.
Yes. So, and in case you're wondering what we're talking about, the idol clue, it is not an idol clue. It is actually a love letter from Jonathan, which was the name of the episode.
Oh my God. I am curious. Let's talk about this twist for a minute. What do you think of they hide 2 of the same idol clue at camp, and the idol is at Tribal?
I'm okay with that.
I loved it, honestly.
Yeah. So I mean, I would not be shocked if someone said, hey, Chrissy, look right over there, because Chrissy's the person you want to find the other clue. And look, at the end of the day, they're making a fucking television show. I don't think they really give a fuck who wins $500,000. I really don't. I don't think they're manipulating it to where they want this person to win over this person to win. I really don't. They might. I don't think they do. However, they are making a television show. And if I'm making a television show, guess what? Chrissy's finding that fucking clue.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see. I was pretty surprised that she found it. I was like, oh, she is waking up a little bit and trying something, but this is a twist that it obviously got me thinking of Adam Klein. And I was
I think they completely. I think they did.
Oh, they stole this from. They're like, oh yeah, yes, we can.
And I'm great with that. Once again,
me too.
Tech Lead HD asked earlier, why is the Australian version so much more fun than the US version? Here's why: because they listen to what we like. They understand we like.
Gonna hard disagree with you there. They listen to what we like.
I think they listen a lot more than US. We like the food auction. We like the rites of passage. We like respecting the integrity and legacy of the game, showing the previous winner at the beginning of the next season. We like longer episodes.
I can give you that, and I agree with you there, but I also like some of the dumb twists they do, which they haven't done so far, which I appreciate. They haven't gone there yet. Some of the As far as
the dumb twists, rumor and innuendo is that's not their call. In the past, Channel 10 has said we want 24 episodes.
Oh, I'm aware of it.
Or however many it is, and as a result, they have to do 2 non-eliminations. And it's not their choice. It's if they don't do that, they don't have a show. Paramount Plus Channel 10, so maybe we don't get that in the future.
Yeah, I'm aware that they have to do the non-eliminations, and I don't blame them for that. But the way they handle some of these non-eliminations.
Well, once again, I think a lot of the non-eliminations have been to protect the television. There's been some non-eliminations that have saved people that if I'm making a television show, saving.
Oh yeah.
So once again, at the end of the day, they're making a TV show.
There are some that do that, and then there are some that do the opposite.
Yeah, well, no, there's also the possibility that they're seeing something different than what we're seeing at the, like there could be someone watching a player going, man, this person is the best. Like, our show is going to be based around, like these three people, and that third person, come merge, like they got nothing left in the tank. They fizzle as a character. And as a result, we don't see anything with that character up until that point that they're, it's just like, just like, why would they have wasted on that person? It's like, cause they were something until they, they like, which got, I don't know if they saved him, but Pete on Jericho season, Pete was a dud post merge. I mean, he was literally a zombie from The Walking Dead by the last 10 episodes.
Yeah. I think my big issues with Australian Survivor are the twist that they do to make these non-eliminations work, and the complete imbalance of the editing, which I think was a little better this season, but still we've seen over close to 4 hours of content, and there are a decent amount of people. I'm looking at a list that I can barely tell you anything about.
Yeah, well, I don't know the brothers' names, so there's that.
There you go. I knew those names.
Yes,
but I was like, can I tell you anything about them? Nope.
Yes,
one has a mustache, one doesn't.
One wears overalls, and the other, or bibs, as Big Tom calls them.
Yes,
but he is not like Big Tom. Anyway, time for the immunity challenge. Come on in. Guess what? They did the come on in and didn't have to make a big deal about it. They did not need to pat themselves on the back.
Yep.
Weird.
Yep. Nice and simple. And now we don't have all the people, all the old men on Twitter complaining, oh my God, they're not saying guys.
Yeah. Because it was just it was just like, oh, I guess they changed it. And let's just move on.
It's like, okay, this has no impact. All right, good.
Weird.
Yeah. Weird. All right. But then how did Alex get hurt? I would like to know this. How did my namesake get hurt? I was like, really? We get an Alex on Survivor and he's going to go home first because he got hurt walking to the challenge?
Who does he he looks like someone so familiar to
yes, exactly. I think I said the same thing. And I was
it's
like,
driving me insane. Like, I mean, like he's like he was in like a boy band or something. I mean, like he has a fucking US doppelganger.
Oh, I'm aware of that. I just can't tell you who.
Yeah. So, well, someone, you know what, in the comments, instead of telling me where I'm completely wrong about something, which is every podcast, how about letting me know who Alex's boy band US doppelganger is, and I will accept that.
That would be nice to know. But I was like, once that happened, I'm like, oh, great. Are we going to have like a medevac first episode?
Yes. So, we have the communication between the tribes before the challenge. Once again, another reason why I prefer Australian Survivor to US Survivor. I think these make for good moments. And Croc is asked if he's worried about Chrissy, and he says no. Chrissy has charisma, and the look on everyone's face on the Water Tribe seems to suggest that they do not agree with that.
Nope, not at all. Like, interesting. We've dealt with a different Chrissy than you.
Yes. So we then get the discovery. Well, the follow up on the discovery that Alex can't play. Hey, it's Australian Survivor. Let's make it fair. And so Blood has to sit out someone, and they sit out Kate, which isn't exactly. You would think that his loved one or his Blood versus Water counterpart should have to sit out, but no, they pick the weakest person.
I get it to the aspect of, you know what, the other tribe like needs you to sit someone out to even be able to play the challenge. Like, well, what you picked, and you can sit out your weakest person.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I mean,
no, I don't either.
Yeah, so no, I mean, like it's body for body. We didn't choose for Alex to get hurt, and we shouldn't be penalized for the fact that Alex got hurt.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, if we have to lose a body, it's our pick, and we're gonna pick the person that we think, possibly the weakest. But for the record, I love Kate.
Yeah, me too.
So there's a battering ram here, and battering ram for the blue is not good. Holy moly. I feel like there was an extra 2x4 on theirs that we they're just like, there's no way Sandra can go home episode 1.
I don't know about that. It's just like,
Once
Who's
again, we're
on
making
that?
a television show. Why not add the
You
next
could say that, but then it's like, really, who on that tribe is like really, really strong? And I mean, like, I'm like looking at this group, and it's like none of them are like that massive.
Mark is strong. Andy, shockingly, if you watched the peek behind the curtain, we're on our Patreon. We're covering Australian Survivor from 2019, Champions vs. Contenders 2, and we had Andy on talking episode 4 and give us a sneak preview at Blood versus Water. And that's usually on the Patreon. You can become a patron at adfreeNSFW.com. We also have links to all the Australian Blood versus Water episodes. Wink, wink. Look for the links. So go to adfreeNSFW.com. Become a patron right now. Any level will get you the links to our Patreon content covering Australian Survivor there. So that's adfreeNSFW.com. Try it for a month. If you don't like it, I'll send your money back. So, but yeah, Andy, as he revealed in the podcast we did today, he's 6'3.5".
Yeah,
that's a big
really?
boy. Yes. Would you have guessed
he looked
that?
Tall, but like
6'3.5".
At that point, just say 6'4", but still, geez.
Well, he said 6'4", and I'm like, really? And he goes, well, 6'3.5". I was just like, okay,
that sounds about right for Andy.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I mean, I do. Yeah. I think you can make the argument that the Red Tribe is physically stronger. I mean, Croc alone makes that tribe stronger.
Yes.
And I think what we've seen.
Well, no. Croc, when they're casting, they see Croc and they're just like, okay, who's a returning player that would match up perfectly with Croc? It's like, ooh, Mark. If Mark looks the same as Mark did, this is fucking even Steven. And then
that's
like,
a big
holy
if.
shit, who ate Mark?
That's a big if. And clearly it's not the case here. So it makes sense how the Blood Tribe was a lot stronger. My concern is, how did it take the Water Tribe so damn long to like figure out the strategy of like, let's just keep battering it in instead of like one big shot, use all our energy, and then we're done for 5 minutes. One big shot, we're done for 5 minutes, rather than these like little press in the same spot again and again and break it.
I don't know. Well, it didn't work out. Blood wins.
It was a matter of technique, and they didn't think it through.
Yeah. Blood wins. Sophie is hot. It's in my notes, Sophie, if you're paying attention. And we go to the Water Tribe. Alex is the easy vote, according to Andy.
Andy, shut the hell up.
You got one job. One job, Andy. Shut up. One job.
God. When he said that, I was like, we're either losing Alex or Andy. I don't like either of this, and it's probably Andy. Damn it.
Yes. And then we go to Brianna wants Chrissy out. Once again, if Andy hadn't have said anything, we would have had the early fight between Brianna and Chrissy, and one of them would have gone episode 1 and not Andy.
Maybe, but I also think the fact that Nina is like, I want Andy gone, and she just does everything she needs to get her way, and then perfectly put herself back into the background right after.
Oh no, it was beautiful. Like, so
beautiful.
Nina wants Andy. Mark gets Jedi'd by by Nina. One of the brothers gets Jedi'd by Nina. It's masterful. I mean, and Mark's walking away from that tribal going, go ahead and add Andy to my resume, when we all know, and I think Nina will do an amazing job of explaining to us, not so fast, Mark. I Jedi mind tricked you into thinking that you had that on your resume.
Yeah. It's exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
Make the big move. Let other people think they're making the decision, and you're just getting what you want.
Well, it's great. It's like Nina at the water well. Who are you thinking? Well, Alex is hurt. It's like, yeah, but if you had to pick someone, I mean, I'm more than okay with Alex. And it's just like, well, I mean, if I had to, I'd probably say Andy. It's like, ooh, really? You want Andy? And then the brother walks up, just like, Mark just said Andy. And then you walks up to two girls like, Mark and the brother are talking about Andy. What do you guys think? And just it's no like the hands are spotless. She's playing Survivor with soap.
It's like, all right, you want to do Andy? Great. That just happens to be what I told you.
Yes. Oh, so amazing. So time tribal. Guess what? Chrissy gets the idol.
How? That was the biggest shock to me. How the hell does Shay lose that idol hunt? How?
I don't understand. So if I'm Shay or Brianna, I somehow convince Chrissy to help Alex walk in. Like, he has someone on, he has an arm on each shoulder walking in.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not doing it. No.
You
Fairplay, I think we lost you again. Yeah, your audio is cut out again, so maybe just jump out and come back in. I'll keep talking in the meantime. If I am Shay, if I'm anybody, I'm saying to production, please let me sit all the way to the right, almost like Adam did, so she can be as close to the podium as possible. And then you just walk up and grab it. Like, there should have, like, I'm sorry, this first second of tribal, well, everyone's like putting their torch in. Shay should have just been like, boom, it's mine.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, as I said, as they're walking in, I would have somehow convinced Chrissy to be one of the two people that Alex had his arms on their shoulders to walk in. So it's just like you do the whole, okay, height wise, who makes up? Oh, you're not strong, and whatever. Somehow you trick because Chrissy really liked Alex. You saw her sitting with Alex a lot, so I don't think it takes that much to convince Chrissy to be one of those two shoulders for Alex's arm to be on, and just on the immediate walk in with that, because it's not like she's going to throw Alex to the ground and stop Shay.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if they had a rule of when they were allowed to go for it. Like, was it like you had to be like seated and tribal had to have like officially started for you to get it, or
maybe
could you just walk in?
Maybe there look like a lot of words on that love letter from Jonathan.
I gotta find it. I do want to read it, but
okay. So Chrissy gets the idol. She plays it for herself. She had no votes against her.
Not a single one.
Not a single one. But you know what? I feel that's probably the best move for Chrissy to get that. I feel like there's a big enough target. Her having an idol in her pocket does not help things.
It's not the worst thing in the world when, you already have a big target on your back, and you very well could go home first. Yeah, you didn't, and you didn't get a vote against you. But if I'm Chrissy in that spot, I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to go home first. I have an idol. Everybody knows I have an idol. Let me just play it.
Yeah. So, and shockingly, Nina's Jedi Mind Tricks work. Andy's out. First boot. I talked with Andy afterwards. Let me go ahead and share this.
You got the exclusive interview with Andy, it sounds like.
I do have the exclusive. So I said, just watch the premiere. The good thing is you've joined some pretty exclusive company. Welcome to the club. But good thing is you won me over, because I'm watching his first season. Haven't been the biggest Andy supporter, and Andy responds, haha, I love you and Rob C so much. I decided to channel both your second season performances. To which I replied, nailed it.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
He wishes he made it as far as Rob did, but
comparable. Let's not split hairs.
It's comparable, but I bet he wishes he would have made it that far.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, you don't make any more money for first out, second out, third out, whatever.
Sure, but I don't think you want to be the first out.
Well, at least you get the one. At least in some facsimile of the game, you get one question at the reunion show.
I'd rather get paid $10,000 or whatever they pay them in Australia to sit there and shut up. But so what's interesting is that Josh voted with Andy in that vote to vote for Alex, and then Alex was the one person who voted for Brianna. Do you think that was like the one vote for Brianna? Was that Alex just being out of the loop completely?
I think he was out of the loop completely.
Yep, that, and then
I feel like there was always someone sitting with Alex. So, I mean, it's not like he's walking around strategizing. So there's always someone there, and it seemed like Chrissy was sitting there the most. So, and was being one of the nicest to him. So I'm sure he's just like, I wouldn't mind Brianna. And he was just like, well, you've been the nicest to me when I can't fucking walk.
Yeah. That and then Josh, who I think we saw nothing of. I can barely tell you a thing about him.
Yeah.
He was the other vote for Alex with Andy. Maybe that was just like split the vote. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right. Episode 2. We relive the Alex injury, but we still don't see it. And it's time for yoga with the Water Tribe. And we learn here that Chrissy is different. Sorry, Chrissy, we learned that before this, but it's okay. I still love you. The Blood Tribe, it's hot, but in spite of the heat, there's also fire. Fire represents your life. Oh, no, that's completely different. Just fired so that you can cook shit and boil water. And next we see they all want to learn from Sandra. And Sandra says that, talking about, who the loved one potentially being voted out. And she said, Sandra says, if it is Nina, she will turn into the Hulk.
I want to see that.
I do, but I'm glad shit worked out the way it's worked out.
Oh, I am too. I'm very happy to have Nina in the game, but if Nina gets voted out, there's a bright side to it.
Well, no. I think Sandra as the Hulk this early in the game will not result in anything good in game.
Oh, I agree, not in the game, but I want entertainment.
Yeah. Oh no. This season's long enough. I can wait for my real Sandra entertainment.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So, and we're getting bits and pieces here and there.
Yeah.
All right. So, we then go back to the Water Tribe. I don't feel that Nina knows about King Khan.
I don't think she knows the extent of King Khan yet, but I think at the point where they're at, she is Queen Nina and there is no King Khan.
Yeah,
this is the episode where King Khan develops into King Khan.
I think she'll figure out King Khan, but she has not figured it out at this point.
I think after episode 2, she has a good idea. I really do.
Yeah. So I'm just at this point. So next we get Brianna's backstory, the roller skater, and Chrissy's not a fan. Guess what? Chrissy, let's agree to disagree. Brianna's bathing suit is the best choice of any bathing suit on this season. So I don't know where the other half of it is. I think it's great.
I did not pay enough attention to the bathing suits, but all right.
Okay. It is a very, very little bathing suit.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. But...
Yes. In Australia, typically they go with smaller bathing.
At least they give them bathing suits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's called hygiene and it's appreciated. So,
yeah.
Yep. There we go. I don't think it's going to be a problem in U.S. Survivor going forward after 42.
We'll see if they wake up.
Yeah. Well, they did everything else. Oh, shots fired. It's not really. It's cool. So Brianna and Chrissy, they do not click. We see a conversation between the two and still don't click. There's no one's gonna make an apology on either side.
Nope.
So then we learn that Chrissy has not watched the game and does not know previous players, so decides to hijack her nickname and claim it to be her own. Chaos Chrissy.
Oh no, she wishes she was anywhere near Chaos Cass. I'm sorry.
Chaos Cass is rolling over in her grave somewhere. Shots fired there. But Chaos Chrissy needs a couple Vinos to be unleashed. I don't think Chrissy understands how Survivor works and doesn't.
Nope, not a clue.
There's a wine bar.
Not a clue.
No time soon. So it's time for the come on in. And as I mentioned earlier, I actually cried seeing Kate's face. And that
was tough.
Yes. And then we have Sandra apologizing for the. Oh no, this is after. So we have the challenge, and we see Sandra apologize. She goes, "I'm sorry, my daughter beat you up, but he's Puerto Rican."
I do like that.
Sandra with the blue humor here.
Yeah.
Sandra's never been really PC. Can we? And
I can get loud too.
So.
Yeah, I don't think she's known for being PC.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I give Sandra a pass. I think it's fine. So
I mean, you played with her. You know it better than anybody. That's not PC.
She just hates everyone equally. There's really when Sandra plays Survivor, I don't think she has any friends. So I think
I don't either.
I think outside of Survivor, I think it's taken some years. I think she has a lot of friends now, and it's really cool to see her become the person that she is. But no, I think for her, in a game of 16 strangers, she's like, motherfucker, I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to win money.
Yeah, like I remember her saying, like, this is a business trip.
Yeah.
After her second time, she's like, I came here, and this is how I make my money. I win Survivor.
There you go. So,
what did you think of the Water Tribe being allowed to give the Blood Tribe one of their rewards?
I was okay with that. Once again, the dynamic of the show is the effect that this has on your tribal opposition.
Yeah.
Everything affects everything.
Yeah. I didn't mind it because they got the choice. I am curious to see, like, if the U.S. does it in 42, for example. I don't know, they won't, but doing it where you don't have loved ones on the other side and you have almost complete strangers, what you do?
Yep, never.
Yeah, I'm just curious, though. Actually, returning players would make this interesting, like an all-star cast.
We wouldn't either.
I know you probably wouldn't, but it would be interesting to give them the choice.
They might be dumb enough to. Like, they might be dumb enough for us to trick. It's just like, guys, this. If you've ever watched Survivor, this is the right thing to do. You know that we would all do this, and none of us mean it. And they're like, oh, I guess Fairplay's right. And then afterwards, I just maniacally laugh in their face and go, "You fucking idiots!"
Oh my god, yeah. But I didn't mind it here.
So yeah, water keeps the fishing gear and gives comfort to blood. I'm more than cool with that. And
right decision.
With that, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Lucy Nicotine is a company founded by Caltech scientists and former smokers looking for a better and cleaner nicotine alternative. Finally, tobacco alternatives that don't suck.
Researched and developed for 3 years to be made for people, not patients. Lucy has created a nicotine gum with 4 milligrams of nicotine that comes in 3 flavors: wintergreen, cinnamon, and pomegranate. Lucy also has a lozenge with 4 milligrams of nicotine in cherry ice flavor. Each and every flavor actually tastes great, and it's convenient and discreet. Products can be enjoyed anywhere, on flights, at work, on the go, or even in the gym.
I am so happy that Lucy is sponsoring us. Ever since they came on board, I have gotten no less than 5 of my friends transitioned over to Lucy and put their cigarettes down. They like the gum. I'm used to seeing the packages all around. This stuff is great, and it's really helping people make much healthier choices. So get on board and join the Lucy movement.
Hey, it's 2021. Get rid of your cigarettes, unplug your vape, throw out your dip, and get some Lucy nicotine gum or lozenges. This is the real deal. A subscription to Lucy comes directly to your door each month. It's so simple that you don't even have to leave your house because Lucy has delivery down.
RealityNSFW listeners, go to lucy.co and use promo code SURVIVOR to get 20% off all products, including gum or lozenges. That's lucy.co and use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Also, I have to give this disclaimer. Warning, this product contains nicotine derived from tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. That's lucy.co, and be sure to use that promo code SURVIVOR.
This episode of Reality NSFW is sponsored by Blue Chew. Say it with us, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is making waves and bringing more confidence to the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that can help men get stronger and longer lasting erections. That's right, we're giving away super hard dicks.
Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of ED.
Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor offices, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online.
Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. Don't like swallowing pills? No problem here. Blue Chew's sildenafil and tadalafil tablets are chewable. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy.
Hey, if you're looking to give that immunity idol to someone, or you don't want to be voted out of a crater, don't worry, Blue Chew's got you covered. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's Blue Chew, BlueChew.com, promo code SURVIVOR to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
We're all trying to eat better, but healthy breakfast doesn't have to be boring. Magic Spoon has the amazing flavors you love, but without all the bad stuff. And it's amazing as a midnight snack right before bed.
0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. That's only 140 calories per serving.
It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. And build your own box. Available flavors to build your very own custom bundle are cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, cinnamon, cookies and cream, and my favorite, maple waffle. Now, Magic Spoon recently brought back their 2 super popular flavors, cookies and cream and maple waffle. Thank goodness, but they're back permanently. And when these flavors were first introduced for a limited time, they sold out extremely quickly. Now, I'm here to let you know you can get them again or try them for the first time. Why? Because they're delicious and indulgent.
Jonny, Magic Spoon has so many great flavors that I really enjoy, and even my kids enjoy them. We have the cocoa, fruity frosted, peanut butter. All these are really great combinations. They enjoy waking up in the morning and getting some Magic Spoon right off to start their day great before they head off to school. I think everybody listening should give Magic Spoon a try, or if you've tried them already, it's time to reorder. Let's get you some more Magic Spoon and get your day started right.
Hey, when I finish a podcast late at night, the first thing I'm thinking is not sleep. It's let me grab a delicious bowl of Magic Spoon before I go to bed.
So go to magicspoon.com/survivor to grab a custom bundle of cereal and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code SURVIVOR at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/survivor and use the code SURVIVOR to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this podcast.
And we are back, and holy moly, while we were gone, new shirts just uploaded to JohnnyFairplay.com. We have the Andy Caddy shirt and 4 different variations that is now available. The Celebrity Big Brother shirt is now available. I am actually ordering one as we speak. Bobby Goodsby, he was like, I would love a Celebrity Big Brother shirt. And I said, guess what? There's a Celebrity Big Brother shirt coming your way. Yes. If you guys have not checked out the coverage of Celebrity Big Brother with Brent Wolgamott and Bobby Goodsby, you are missing out. So, yes. So get yours now. Use promo code FEB22 for the next 2 hours to get 20% off. Holy moly. Are you kidding me? So yes, I am literally on my phone right now ordering this shirt.
Yeah.
And yeah, how cool is that?
Yes, I can attest to the coverage that Brent and Bobby do of Big Brother. It is phenomenal, and I wish I could be joining them. But no, they are terrific, and go check out the podcast and buy a shirt at johnnyfairplay.com. All right. So which shirt are you ordering, Johnny?
I just ordered for Bobby the Celebrity Big Brother shirt.
Nice.
So, and I am finishing my order.
One day I gotta get myself a Johnny Fairplay shirt. I don't know which one yet, but
there's so many good ones.
There are, exactly.
So
maybe we get a deep dive one for 42.
Ooh, I like the idea.
Yeah, put Lauren and I on a shirt. I think that would go great.
Okay, I will talk to the power B and see if we can make this happen. Okay,
Awesome.
so we are now
we just finished the reward where
yes, and so the tribe gets the fishing gear, and Brianna is hugging the fishing box and is not so subtle in what she's doing. Oof.
Yep.
So, but I mean, if you're smart enough to know that you're on the bubble, maybe that's not the worst idea, right?
Yeah, maybe the fishing box will vote with you.
Oh, okay. There you go. Brianna
That's your hope.
Brianna playing far too fast, and let's move our way over to the Blood Tribe. Sam, who is showing that she is a much different player than her first go round, doesn't think Kate should be alone in the after seeing Andy voted out, and smart observation on Sam's part. We then get the backstory. Sam is an ultra athlete. She has run across countries. She is phenomenal, and she's come back a much better player. I am blown away at the learning curve. This is almost like it Coach 3 seasons, but it's almost like the evolution of Coach from Token Chin's, all the way to whatever his last season was.
maybe we're getting Sarah Lucina upside.
There we go, Sarah Lucina. So I think those are both and Sarah Lucina, her second go round, wins.
That's what I was thinking. We'll see. We'll see if I can finally get a Survivor winner pick right.
I like it. So it's time for the immunity challenge. And Blood wins again after a huge lead by water. Are you kidding me?
Blue just blew it.
Yes. So then I find myself in the conundrum that Brandon not, but I love Chrissy, but holy moly, she has crazy eyes. What do? I want Chrissy to stay.
I wanted Chrissy to go.
So next, Shay finds the idol. King Kong and others are watching, and Khan purposely hands the idol to Shay to confirm it's hers, and then has a conversation. And I'm sure there were many other follow-up conversations between Khan and Shay, explaining to Shay that she does not need to use the idol on Brianna.
I wonder, though, if Khan doesn't hand the idol to Shay, is it hers? Like, I'm really curious, like, if production had any of, like, no, it's Shay's idol, just give it to Shay.
I don't know. I
don't know. The whole idol possession is always a little wonky to me.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me that much. I felt as though the storytelling was flushed out enough that
I agree, it worked.
Yeah. So even if that wasn't what really happened, or and they kind of made they're in a confessional, they're like, hey, we need you to say this. I'm cool with it. Like, it was an easy story to follow as a viewer.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about it is that it was just inflating the target on Khan more. Looking at that he's the one who's like, look, I'm making the decision, even though it's not much of a decision. Look, Shay, I have the idol. It is yours.
Yeah.
Like, just let Shay grab it herself then.
Yeah. It made me like Khan less.
I love Khan as a character, but I was like, this is spelling doom.
Yeah. Well, that's, I mean, why am I going to throw all my eggs in a boat that's going to sink?
You know what? If the sinking boats can entertain me the whole way through, I'll sink with it and then jump on a new boat. And
that's
then...
fine. Khan as a character, I think is great. So
yeah, exactly.
It's just we'll see. I don't like the king. I think Dirty Harry, tweeted. He was just like, with the queen and the princess and the king, like, when are we going to replace buffs with crowns?
I really hope one day we can talk to Dirty Harry. But
yes, I've talked to Dirty Harry. That's a Patreon exclusive. Go to adfansfw.com right now to see Jonny, Fairplay, and Dirty Harry have a mutual admiration society for one another.
Yep.
And much like just like Luke Toki, just like Dirty Harry, just like Flick, and just like Andy, Australian survivors think that we're better at the game.
Very interesting. All right.
So crazy. So anyway, it is after a ton of worry at Tribal, Brianna goes home, and she will be missed.
Did you thought Brianna was going home, right? I mean,
yeah.
It would have felt like this is, I think, the most boring of the 3 episodes.
Yeah.
In terms of the vote, it was like I was watching it and I'm like, I hope it's Chrissy, but I'm like, no, it's Brianna's time. Like, kept like going back. No, you were just trying to like put lipstick on a pig, I think.
Yeah. So, all right, and we are on.
I do have one question about the vote. So it was 9-2. Do you think Mark had a clue what was going on, or did he just vote as like almost like a split idol vote?
Probably a split. I feel like Mark's in the loop.
Yeah, because he was the one vote. Not for Brianna. It was interesting
because it looks like both Khan and Nee have chosen Mark to be their muscle.
Yeah.
So
I just found that interesting. I was like, oh, he was the one who voted for Chrissy.
So it might have been a strategic vote, to kind of throw the blame on. It's just like, why did you vote that way? When it was him. I don't think it was, but potentially.
I really hope he was in the loop because that would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I just don't see a scenario where he's not.
Yeah.
So I think there was. I think there was a split idol contingency. Just like we see on episode 3, there's a split idol contingency on Sam's part.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they are a pair.
Fair enough.
So, all right, episode 3, day 6. Chrissy has just learned the word blindside. Welcome to Survivor.
I was like, did I hear that right? I was like, I was watching it last night. I was like a little tired, but I'm like, oh, she just learned the blindside, man. Okay.
Yep. She loves it.
What it added to the normal. In the past, I would just be so annoyed that she's there, and now I'm like, you know what? This is funny.
Yep. Yeah,
she can stay.
Well, I mean, I had the opportunity to talk to King George after the last season of Survivor, and a lot of survivors, especially those that know a little less, they tell you they're like go back and watch old seasons, learn the fucking game. And King George had seen every season, and they're like, and they purposely asked, they go, do not go back and watch seasons. We want the political person playing Australian Survivor to see what they bring to the game of Survivor versus some, a super fan that just knows all the. No, we don't want a game bot.
Yeah.
We want you, the person playing this game, and how you would play the game differently.
Oh, he's certainly not a game bot.
No. No. So
there aren't that many people on this cast that I think that are game bots, but
yeah, we don't even know half of them yet, so we'll see.
Yep. We'll see.
Yes. So Khan is perceived to be running the show
because he is, and unlike Nina, does not know how to do it without a giant target on his back afterwards.
Yes. So Khan is adding Brianna to his resume. I hate the word resume.
I kind of like the way the Australians say it, though. It's kind of funny to me.
Yeah. I think it'd be better if they said resume. But he had no idea what we were. Khan is looking for Mark as his number 1 without talking to him. That we'll see how that works. I want you to be number one, but
Yeah,
I
you
don't
might
want
want
to
to
ever
say
talk.
it. You might want to say it.
I don't want to ever talk to you. I'm like, all right. So Yao-Man and I had that same alliance in Micronesia. He goes, yeah, I don't talk. I'm like, awesome. This should be a blast.
Well, look how well it worked out for you, and then Yao-Man.
Exactly. Yeah. So Khan, you might want to rethink that strategy. Now over to the Blood Tribe, and they're rapping by the campfire, but thank God none of them are as bad as Adam Klein. Did you see Adam Klein's attempt at rap on Instagram this week?
I have not. No. How bad is it? Is it
It's
better
bad.
than Chris Noble?
Well, Wendell went on a personal attack and did compare him to Chris Noble.
Was he better or worse?
Comparable.
Hey,
Hey,
brother, that's a low bar, and he couldn't even clear that. All right.
yeah, but he has $1 million to think about it, right?
Yep, you don't need to be good at it.
Yeah. So my takeaway from this were both tribes seem to be having fun. Like the Blood Tribe thinks that they're the fun tribe. I think Water seems to be having just as much fun.
I don't think just as much. I think they're more in the game based on having had gone to the first two tribals, but I definitely think they're both having a decent amount of fun.
Yeah. Well,
but I am curious to see how the Blood Tribe is now that they've been to tribal and that they had an idol play and all that.
Yeah. Sandra sees play fun, and the U.S. has no morals. You are correct.
The Australians don't have a ton of morals either at certain points of the game, but
yeah, but if you notice, like that's been Matt Bischoff's biggest takeaway watching Australian Survivor for the first time, here in the last few months and on our coverage on adfreeNSFW.com. After a challenge, when one tribe beats another tribe, like I'm quick to throw on the wound. So like I want it to sting, I want it to hurt, I want it to be demoralizing. Whereas Australian Survivor, it doesn't matter how big the is during the actual competition, they were really quick to high five one another on other tribes, in a non-blood versus water format.
Oh, for sure. I think they're a little more hero-like. But I also think U.S. Survivor is trending in that direction of not having as many villains.
Ugh.
Am I wrong though?
Oh yeah, but not in a good way.
Oh, I agree, not in a good way.
Whereas Australian Survivor, there is the camaraderie, but they're still villains. Whereas they're just trying to eliminate villains, and we're supposed to like everyone. But in reality, we just don't care about anyone.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So, let's see. Sandra explains that she's going to vote them out one after another, mate. And look for the Adios Mate t-shirt available at JonnyFairplay.com today.
Oh, Johnny.
So there's also a Nina shirt. There's also I got a lot of shirts.
Oh yeah.
Very excited. Very, very excited. So Sandra explains that David is the fish out of water, and this is followed up by a confessional by David. He wants Sandra out. Whoa. And
that's like the default answer. That's the I don't know anything. Let me just get the player that's been here before. And oh yeah, she won twice. Let's get her out. Which is a fair answer. I'm just not giving him credit for the way he got to the correct answer.
Yes. So, and what I'm noticing here is Sandra's spending a lot more time by herself than I would like. Are you noticing this too?
It was interesting. Yeah.
Because think about it. They pull people for confessionals all the time.
Yeah.
And like with me, like they come there like Fairplay, and I would tell them to not right now. And I'm just like, look, when the time is right for me, I'll go have everything ready. You give me the bullet point. I'm going to say it. I'm going to end it with a funny one-liner. And then we go to the next promptly as possible, because I can't be gone. Every second I'm fucking gone. And I can imagine that they're pulling Sandra plenty for confessionals. And then in addition to that footage of her doing confessionals, we're seeing her by herself cleaning her shoes and shit like that. And I don't like why is Sandra doing this?
I don't think Sandra is alone as much as I would just say almost not with the big group. Like when they're doing an activity, she's not with them sometimes.
Yeah, I
And
don't
I'm
like
like,
that.
I get where she's coming from, not wanting to be the target, but I'm like, you gotta like participate a little bit, it seems.
Yeah. So I
But
mean, but
she's
I would feel like an outsider out there too.
and
I
here's
get
the
that.
thing though, and I think she's integrated herself well enough already.
Yeah.
Even so, we're like, yeah, you know what? Maybe this was right. Sandra
Yeah.
still was in almost no danger of going home.
Yeah, but I still just want her around more people. Like I do not like seeing herself cleaning her shoes.
Oh,
Like if she
I
wants to
agree.
go clean her shoes, you take at least one other person with you to clean your shoes.
Yeah.
So I did, you know,
100%.
so but I can also understand, you know, like that she's just like, you know, they're talking about fucking footy, and she's like, I don't give a fuck about footy. I'm going to fuck clean my shoes.
Yeah, but I am interested the way she's like pulling people under her wing a little. Like I saw like her and Michelle talking, and
Yeah.
then it was like Ben wants to be under her wing, and
Yeah.
I think like
So
little by
and
little she's like, oh,
yeah. And there's
come to me.
also the don't, you know, like people want to hang out with Sandra. Like, don't give them too much in that, you know, it's just like, okay, I hung out with Sandra enough. I can get rid of her now.
No, it's like you want more, Sandra. And
Yeah.
I think that this episode would have been perfect for her if Dave didn't have that idol and he went home.
Yeah. So,
But
I'm kind of we'll get to I'm kind of glad he didn't, because like I like Sandra with a target.
yeah, I think it's always interesting that we talk about like the best players in the season. Some people really want to see really good gameplay. I'm always in the camp of I want to see really good gameplay, but I want to see that player have to sweat bullets to get to play that really good game.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I'm for it.
Me
So
too.
it's freaking emotional when the other tribe walks in. Once again, I don't care for David. David wants to cry, doesn't. He fights back tears. I mean,
Oh yeah, he is like tears and anger because he's another one, like almost like Chrissy. It's like it was Brianna's dream. It's not mine. I now have to win for her.
Yeah. No. And once again, I don't like David, but I thought this was an emotional moment that I loved as a viewer.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was really good.
Yes. For the Survivor Storehouse. And I love Jordy forgetting the rope, running out to attach the rope to the buoy and forgetting the rope.
Oh goodness.
So that's a very Jonny Fairplay-esque move. Jonny, did you ring the bell? I didn't ring the bell. Climb back up the fucking cargo net to ring the bell. So for those of you wondering, these sandbags, we're told that they weigh 20 kilograms. For us in America, 44 pounds each.
Thank you for doing the math on that.
Thank you. So
thank you, Google.
Yeah, there's a sliding scale of 2.2, or if you're me, it's called Google. So the struggle is real. Thank you, JLP. You are correct. And the blue tribe wins a reward again.
Red.
Or no, sorry. No,
blood one.
So for a change, red wins reward, which is the blood tribe, and red chooses Sandra, but then changes to David.
That was the moment where I'm like, they're all like, who should go to the store? And it's like, I'm like thinking, shouldn't they just let the person who played Survivor go? Like she'll know what to get. Yeah. And then Sandra convinces them that like that's the right move. And then they're like, oh well, Dave lost the loved one, so he gets to go to the store. Like what?
Yeah, the guy that knows so less about Survivor than anyone else.
It's not like they're going to a spa. It's go and pick things out.
Yeah. So no, that would
like
yeah.
Listen, it's I guess a good move in that like if I'm on that tribe, do I want Sandra with what's likely an advantage? No, I don't. I want the idiot with the advantage that I can maybe manipulate and control.
Yeah, and I feel like if I'm Sandra, I don't want to go.
Really, if I'm Sandra, I want to go.
I feel like right now Sandra's playing under the radar. She has enough target being Sandra. Anything else is adding to that target. I think she would love an advantage. She would love an idol. She would love all those things. But she's doing just fine without that shit. Let's not.
I disagree with you for the reason being Sandra's target, like you said, is already big enough. whether she goes on that like to the store for a couple minutes or not, her target is still
Doesn't
big.
change.
It does not change.
Potentially.
And I think, and
what it takes is a couple people to start fucking thinking.
Yeah, but here's my thing though. I think she's at a bigger risk not going, and then Dave playing an idol, and it just happens to bounce back on her, and she goes home with like 2 votes. I was like thinking that was a possibility.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it all worked out.
No.
So
it did, but let me tell you, once Dave played that, I was like, oh no, Sandra going home with 1 vote again.
Yes,
I was so nervous.
Dave chooses Con, and
that was interesting.
I thought this was a good scene, but I think for me personally, it exposed Con as not a great as a player as the story they're telling.
Okay, the fact to me, and I think this goes back to Con being so obvious, the other tribe knew that Con basically was the mastermind without having seen him play.
Yeah.
They just knew, okay, Con's in charge probably. Let's bring Con.
Yeah. So, and I think even though I don't like David, I don't think David really understands Survivor. I think David had a pretty good read on Con, a better read than his tribe mates.
I don't know if it was, yeah. I think from
afar,
but
he also could have just been blinded by hate.
I think it was a mix of both.
Yeah. So small kudos to David.
Small kudos, but what could have been Sandra and Con interacting? Or if Sandra went, maybe she would have just picked Nina to go with her. I would hope she wouldn't, but maybe.
I think sort of. Once again, putting the target on both. I think this whole thing worked out for everybody involved. I really do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So David chooses net, nuts, and jerky. And if you do a search on that on Pornhub, you're going to see something you probably don't want to.
I don't think you can do those search of that anywhere on the internet if you want. But what did you think of the half idol? So they each find an idol as separately. It works as a regular idol. They combine it. It's a super idol.
Yes.
What did you think of that?
I love it.
I do too. And I also love that Con tried to get it from Dave and failed.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Well, I don't know. He was working. Well, he's working for that to no avail. He was just working for just item, because he was just like, look, if I go back with nothing, I'm fucked.
I mean, he had something. He had half the idol.
Yeah, but he was just. But he didn't want to tip. He didn't want to tip his hand that he had an idol.
So what? I guess he was hoping that he went back with like a beef jerky or something. Like,
yeah, he wanted to come back with the beef jerky and be like, "I got beef jerky," and then
I was like, is he allowed to though? I also don't know what the rules were.
No, the rules were you could keep 3 items for your tribe, or you could let the other tribe have 1 item.
Okay, so you could keep 3 and then give away 1.
Yeah, that's what that. I don't know. I didn't get that he was really vying for the other half of the idol. I think he was just vying.
Really? I thought he wanted the idol. I don't know.
Maybe I felt like he was asking for just 1 item so he could go back with something. He goes, "There's no way I can go back with nothing. They're not going to fucking believe it." And I think Dave was like, "Yeah, fuck you for sending home my daughter. You're going home with no item."
I am interested into that. I had to maybe check that out.
That's how I read the whole thing. He just wanted 1 item, so he did, because he had to show them something. Because there's no reason we know the game. Everyone else there knows the game. There's no reason that they're picking someone from the other tribe to go with you unless coming back with something.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be there like, yeah, he had the opportunity, he said no, and they're like, yeah, but you got something.
And then he's like, oh, I have the idol, which was like,
so that's why.
Hey, I tried to get food, I couldn't. They gave us half an idol. Here you go. Yeah. But I would say, if they let me, this is half an idol. It cannot be played as anything. I need Dave to be able to play it.
It's six of one, half dozen of the other. Because there's two. If they think that's worthless, that could be used against you. If you think that has power, that could be used against you.
Yeah, because as I was saying that, I was also thinking, oh great, now we'll put you and Dave as a duo together.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So
I don't know. So,
it's
but
interesting.
no,
I would probably still go that route.
Yeah, but I'm under the impression that what Khan was arguing for was just one item, because the rules were the winning tribe could keep all 3 items or keep 2 and give away 1. And he was just like, dude, just give me 1.
That could be fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
I think that's what Khan's argument. You know, he
might have
asked for the other half of the idol, and I missed that. But I felt like that all he was looking for was just 1 item, so he didn't have to reveal it.
That's fair. That is fair. Although I do think knowing the player Kana is so far,
Yeah. Go ahead and give me both. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I would blame him for asking. Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, can I just have the whole reward, please? Like the idol and everything, and I'll give you a nice handshake and send you off.
Yeah, but I will give David credit that I felt like he purposely fucked Khan, because I think he thinks that Khan's responsible for his daughter going, and Khan did favors and saying otherwise. Really?
Oh no, Khan did not do himself any favor.
Yeah. So they come back. They come back. Khan shows his idol, and then David comes back with the worst story ever, and top 10 in the worst stories ever coming back, and stand by any of his bullshit.
Oh God, I was just like, oh, Sandra's not going to believe a word of that, and if any of these people believe a word of what you're saying, good luck.
Like, this was JD coming back to the Uwa tribe. The wind was blowing through my hair.
This was worse.
I was really hoping that David was going to say the wind was blowing through my hair.
God, where are his brains? Where are they? I would like to know.
Yes. So time for immunity, and thanks to Crazy Eye Chrissy calling out 3, 2, 1, water wins.
Finally, something different happened.
Yes. So I'm loving all the challenges on this season thus far too.
I like them, but I still have my problem that I do with Australian Survivors, that they're all too physical.
Well, I feel like they're slightly less physical. I feel like this cast, most US cast in the history of Australian Survivor. This is a weaker cast than I think we've ever seen, and I think they're priming the pump to bring us over, and that's why this cast was weaker.
Oh, I think they're doing well, but it is one realm where I will prefer US to Australia in terms of the challenges themselves.
Yeah. So
I like more of a balance, but you know what? Not too bad. And I also gotta say, Sandra, I thought she was gonna suck. She has been okay.
Yeah, well, as I said, if they had cast like they typically do, I mean, because typically it's all juggernauts, and it's not this season.
No, it is not, and I think that's so much better.
Yeah, but I still think that it's just because they're priming the pump for US to come over, and we're all midgets, so not in a negative way. Just we are all immensely smaller than you would imagine us in real life.
Yeah,
like Rupert's 5'10".
Interesting.
Everybody think, Rupert, quoted by Survivor, the gentle giant, Rupert, 5'10".
Yeah, that is interesting.
You have Andy, 6'3.5".
Yeah,
what's tall.
What's interesting I've always realized is that meeting Survivor players in person, they're shorter. Meeting Big Brother people in person, they're taller.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's always interesting how that works.
So water wins, so that takes us to the blood tribe. Anyone but me.
How Sandra is still in the game amazes me. How is she still there?
So that it's going to be a split vote between Sandra and Kate, and I'm noticing when this pitch is made that we don't have a lot of conversation agreeing with us. We see some head nodding and some staring, but we do not see open communication of agreeance by everyone.
I don't think anyone wants to listen to David.
Yeah. So,
no one.
They're just like, look, just because your daughter sucked and got voted out doesn't mean you're the new leader.
Yeah, no, you're just
like we let you go to the Survivor storehouse and your power ends there.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's it. That's your fucking participation award. Now stop.
It's like after the lie you came up with, coming back from that reward, you're dead to us. But we'll let you think you're running the show. Okay.
Yes. So Ben, of course, runs to Sandra. Sandra explains that Dave doesn't know shit about Survivor.
She's right. She's saying what we're all thinking.
Yes. So
not a damn clue.
Yeah, Sam doesn't like it. And so it's time for Tribal. And did you have something before Tribal?
No, I'm just saying this is the most interesting Tribal I think we have.
Oh yeah, no contest. So
so much fun. And this Blood Tribe, I'm so excited we got to see them strategize. This was so interesting.
Yeah, so Sandra explains Australians value strength and love blind sides. This is true. And
Chrissy needs a dictionary.
Yeah, Chrissy, she wish she had figured that out prior. But hey, she's in the loop now. It's okay.
Maybe.
Kate is not a part of any plan, and more observant than Chrissy to know that if you're not a part of the plan, you probably are the plan. And Jonathan graciously points that out. Out of nowhere, throws Sam under the bus.
That was like,
he doesn't know Survivor.
I was like, all right, I don't know why we're doing this, but okay.
I was curious what Sandra was going to say at Tribal, and then we see Dave removes the need of Sandra to say anything. So just
Sandra's
all by himself.
Like, great.
Yeah,
you're doing my job for me.
Just sitting there, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do all," and she was like, "Nope, he's done it all for me. There's nothing I need to say."
It's like he took the shovel and started digging and jumped in, and I was like, "All right."
So Sam turns it into a live Tribal. I like that we do not get the closed captioning or the audio of what they're saying, because I hate enabling a live Tribal in any way. So if you don't get to hear what they say, if you don't get the subtitles, maybe that will stop people from doing them.
Completely disagree with you there.
Absolutely.
No, they won't. They're not going to stop them, so I at least want to know what they're saying if they're going to get up. Because then I'm just out of the loop anyway, and it's like they're not going to stop. They're always going to get up unless Jonathan says, "Sit your ass down." Which
I can imagine Jonathan saying, "Sit your ass down,"
but he didn't, and I don't think he would. So
I think if it becomes as it's excessive as it has in U.S. Survivor, I could see Jonathan putting a fucking stop to it.
Then I'd be okay with it.
Yep.
But where we're at now with what we saw, I wanted to know what was going on, because the way I am watching the show, I want more information. I always want more information.
I thought it was a pretty safe assumption that Sam was just walking to everyone saying Dave.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but I just always want confirmation of that. I'm like the nosy guy who wants to know everything.
But I mean, it was so brief. Like it appeared that she said one word to each person, and then we see the reading of the votes. Like she just walked to everybody and said Dave. I don't need
I'm aware,
because I didn't spoil. Like if you're an idiot watching, ooh, I wonder what name she's saying. Whereas if you're anyone else, you're just like, well, she's obviously just walking around to everyone saying Dave.
That's fine in this instance. I'm just hoping it doesn't set us on the path of when there are like more like conversations, we get nothing from them.
Yeah.
So I think there were a couple of times in the US where it was just like, we have full blown conversations and all I see are like is whispering. I'm like, what? I'm just sitting here.
I liked and didn't like right before the vote, we have JLP to Sandra saying, what should the tribe know? And Sandra says, do what's best for the tribe, when the correct answer was how to spell Dave.
My one question is, why did Sam get up in the first? Like, to me, that was unnecessary. Now that I'm thinking about it more.
Yeah. So I mean, she could have just sat there and said, "Everybody vote Dave."
Everybody knew the plan was to vote Dave. Why do you need to say it again?
Yeah.
Stick to the plan. Literally, just say stick to the plan. We all know what the plan is. It's obvious what the plan is.
Yes. So, and
the problem is that Dave has the idol, and
yes,
maybe was tipped off.
Yeah. So here's where Sandra has the line of the episode for me, and new t-shirt available at johnnyfairplay.com. Adios, mate. I loved it. I like the second. My notes say adios, mate. T-shirt. So I like that better than Queen Stays Queen. I've heard Queen Stays Queen enough. I got it. I understand it. I'm for it. God bless you. However, adios, mate. Fucking bring it.
I'm with you there. Adios, mate is fantastic.
Yes. So
and that might be a shirt that I maybe that'll be my that, and then the
available in black, charcoal, or purple. I will be ordering the purple.
You know what? Fairplay, just order a second there and get me one.
Time for the votes. Everybody votes Dave, except 2 votes on Kate, 1 vote on Sandra from Sam.
I have a different count, by the way.
What count do you have?
It's 3-1. It was 3-1 for Kate. So Dave had 8 votes. Yes. The 3 votes for Kate were Ben, David, and Jordan, and then Sam voted for Sandra.
Okay, so three with you votes. Kate goes home. I love Kate. I miss Kate. Kate says that's fine. I'm off for KFC. Go fuck yourselves. And lo and behold, I've spoken with Andy's little sister Kate, and what she was not aware of, they did not have KFC on the Ponderosa.
What did they have?
Not KFC.
What did they have? I need to know what they had.
I don't know. She wanted KFC. Give that girl some KFC. Give that girl a free KFC for a year gift card.
Oh my God, I wouldn't mind free KFC for a year, but it is,
yeah. So and there we go. So the game is afoot.
Yes, the game is afoot. I bet Chrissy figured that out.
Oh, has the game started? That's what Chrissy's asking. When do we start?
We're a week in already? Great.
Yeah, I thought this was the practice round. Y'all don't do practice rounds? He was just like, but you mean I don't have to vote Brianna out again?
We only have 40 days left? Great.
Yeah. No.
And I only have 3 left? Nice.
God bless Australia. All right.
What do you think of the whole first week?
I loved it. Great.
I did too.
The second episode was the weakest of the 3, but I don't think it was a weak episode. I think it was just the anticipation of seeing what's really going on in the Blood Tribe. And we don't find that out until there is the stake of immunity that I think that overshadowed episode 2.
That's fair. I'm with you, and I think it's almost like the way you want to entertain people is your last one is your strongest. You have the weakest one in the middle, and then. But overall, 3 really strong episodes. My other question for you is: who's on each tribe? Who's going home next episode?
David.
Okay, David on Blood. Who on Water?
Someone that we haven't seen yet.
I'm completely with you there.
Someone that hasn't talked. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you.
Yeah. So, and I'm okay with that.
I am too.
So, I mean, it seems like one of the twins is getting really close with Sandra.
Yeah, Michelle is close with Sandra.
Yeah, and if the other tribe notices that, they might try to hurt. I feel like there's some gamers on the Water Tribe, and without Nina's blessing, they could try to weaken Sandra from the other side.
I am interested. Yeah, that would be really interesting.
Because it's one of those moves where I could see the other tribe wanting to hurt Sandra, but they're not going to go after.
But they all love Nina too much.
Yeah. But just like when we did the cast assessments, I felt that Kate would be an early victim of people wanting to hurt Andy.
Oh yeah, but I'm curious. I was surprised that she went home after Andy. It was like,
yeah. I think if she had hung around a little longer, she would have got a little better footing. But she's just the victim of having the stupid idol.
Yeah. Very interesting. And Sandra only got a vote from Sam. I still don't know why Sam voted for her, but you know what? She got the 1 vote. She's still in the game, and in a good position, I dare I say. There
we go. So with that, we'll be back next week. Who knows who's going to be here? Who knows if I'll be here? I probably will. but with that, everyone get yourself a t-shirt right now. The sale ends like in an hour, Feb 22. That's FEB 22 to get 20% off and free shipping on orders 150 or more. That's JohnnyFairplay.com. No H in Johnny. You can order after the 1 hour timeline has expired. If you'd like to be a patron, go to adfreeNSFW.com, become a patron. We have links for all these episodes you can watch. And also we have our own code for discounts that you can use after the sale is over. So become a patron at adfreeNSFW.com. To get access to the links to watch all these episodes are available at any tier. We also have the autograph pics, the podcast tier. This week's pictures are Jed. Let's see, Jed, the General, Dreams, and Ben, who won Survivor, Hustlers, Heroes, and whatever the other thing. Healers, those things. So get your autograph pictures. We do a different set every month. It's a pretty incredible value. You can buy them and sell them on eBay and double your money. So go to adfreeNSFW.com right now, become a patron. And Alex, thank you.
Thank you for having me, Johnny. This was an absolute blast, and can't wait to see where the season goes from here.
I can't either. Until then, see you guys next week, or see you on the Patreon. And for more reality NSFW content, visit adfreeNSFW.com.